She wears so much makeup. Oh my god, her baby daddy is so hot. Her body count, so weird. What's your deal? I don't know, but I'll tell you what I heard.
Won't suffer for opinions, stupid little minions. You don't speak what these walls could tell, here you don't hold dominion. I heard your lil squawking, you thought I was just chillin'. Your birdie flew into a fan while all your beans were spilling. You look dumb, and I'm feeling really numb. You have no idea about the world I come from. Say what? You eat rumors for lunch, and I heard around the slums that you're begging for a crumb, you bum. Bet you like this whole hum scum. You were such a dum-dum, but always gotta say something. So done with the way that you've become, so I'm about to leave you stunned. Oh, you lied. You thought it through, and then you really tried. You spread it wide. That is why in you I don't ever confide. They're taking sides, made up from your words, making leaps and strides, and I can't find any reason they're like, yeah, show you right. Sight won't.
Off of the interview with Johnny A-Light, I'm happy to bring in an old friend of mine. I haven't talked to her in 500 years. She is an independent rapper, and as long as I've known her, you go under the name CosmoSprite now. How the hell have you been? I haven't talked to you in like 7,000 years.
In those 7,000 years, I probably lived like 7 different lives since the last time you saw me. I don't even know where to start with that.
Well,
Sparkling.
That's good. I mean, I remember when I first met you, like at every event, you were always writing. You were always working on something. You were always listening to beats. You always were working. So I'm happy to, after all this time, you're still doing it. Yeah. And you're really getting after it, yo.
Mm-hmm.
So how competitive is being an independent, like being out there? Because I mean, it's an oversaturated market, and the fact that you stand out, like, how brutal is it?
Well, it's pretty brutal because first of all, like when I first started writing as like a teenager, right? I'm dating myself. This is a long time ago, right? Like in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Back then, it's like, yeah, there was a lot of rappers all the time, but it wasn't like everyone was a rapper. Like now, everyone's a rapper.
Right.
And, you know, I used to make beats and stuff, and it was just like a cool little outlet, and not a lot of people were doing it, or I just didn't know them yet. But now it's like, it's so, it's congested, and it's very competitive. And, you know, I've run with a lot of the local people for a long time. They've known me for a long time. We've gone to the same shows. It's competitive as it is, but then to be a girl on top of it, it puts a whole nother layer of bullshit on top.
I would imagine. I mean,
yeah.
But it's like, I like with your music, I like is it has like a new flair to it, but it still feels like it kind of goes to like the roots of like hip hop and rap. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't. I don't know. Like a lot of the modern female rappers are trash. Like, and I feel like your style will definitely take it to a new place, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I could, you know, there's some chick rappers out there that I really, really like, but then, you know, it's sad to see some of the stuff that gets all the recognition because it just makes it look like a joke, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, I feel like there should be a time where, you know, a rapper is just a rapper. Like there's so many chick rappers now that it shouldn't be such a rare, weird thing for a girl to rap, but still you'll notice that like even when people compliment me, right? Mm-hmm. If it's a dude, I've had dudes like whisper on the side, like, yo, that was a really dope set, but they don't want to say it in front of their boys. You know what I mean? You get stuff like that.
Like that's kind of embarrassing on their part. Like just if you like what you like, if you like it, just say it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's crazy because I feel like there was a while, like in the 90s, there was a lot of like female artists that were coming out. And then it just kind of died off in the early 2000s. So it's kind of, and now there's like a sudden, what do you think drives like that new resurgence in it?
I mean, if for the mainstream, it's a bunch of sex,
No, yeah.
but
That's how it
you
always
know,
been now. Like,
that's how it's always been. But you know, people just they like an upbeat distraction, I think, as far as mainstream music goes. But in the underground scene, it gets really interesting.
yeah.
Like there's so much talent in the underground, like a realm of rap. It's nothing like mainstream. Like there's so many talented rappers in general, never mind just the talented girls that are out there. There's so many talented female rappers in the underground, and it's different. So I feel like in the mainstream world, what's driving it is just, you know, a new pretty face that's gonna rap about her pussy. Can I say that?
Yeah. Yeah. I talked to somebody a week ago. We talked about cutting legs off. That's literally
Okay.
like, I mean, I've heard it all. So.
Okay, that's
Okay.
great. All right, yeah. And then I feel like you have like that other level. So it's like, yeah, you got like the mainstream chicks up there that, you know, with their surgical bodies and all that, and they're
Yeah.
rapping about the pussies. And then you have like this other range. They're like, oh, there's the internet famous ones that got famous on TikTok, and they make a lot of man hating. Usually it's a lot of man hating music, but it's still really cool. It's
Yeah.
dope. And then you have like people like me that like no one really knows about, but we're just out there doing shows and enjoying it for what it is. And we get to do whatever the fuck we want. We don't have to follow any whatever
Yeah. Like,
set of characteristics that people.
well, I mean, if you listen to like people that are in that corporate realm, like it's like they're barely an artist anymore. Like everything's controlled by sponsors and just the corporate media.
Yeah.
So like their creative element is just destroyed. But if you listen to them before they got linked up, like they were wild. They had such a good like rhythm to them. They were like out there, and that's why like I feel like mainstream music sucks. Like, yeah, like it really does.
I'm not gonna say it. I'm just gonna nod my head.
But what were your influences when you were growing up?
Oh my God, so many. All right, let me try to make this concise. So you're talking musical influences, right? Lyrical,
Yeah.
musical.
Yeah.
So growing up, I actually, the reason, all right, let me start. I was listening to like a crazy plethora of genres growing up. Like I used to listen to like old jungle music, like break beats, because of my brother, he was a break dancer, and like rave music. Like back then it was all about like trance and like, you know, Euro electronic music and stuff like that. It wasn't, the EDM wasn't a thing yet, but it was basically that back then. And my dad raised me on like old school rock, you
Yeah.
know, so I was always like into like the old rock bands and stuff like that. And then as I always wrote poetry as a kid, so those things kind of all meshed together. My brother got me into all the old school hip hop because he was 9 years older than me. So it's like I had hip hop influence, I had rock influence, I had my brother and my dad. They're always egging me on to write and stuff like that. So then it just kind of like meshed together, you know. You'd actually be surprised that for a rapper, I don't listen to rap very much at all.
Hmm. Well, yeah. As long as,
But you know,
I can remember it as far back. It's like me and you used to shoot the shit about like metal bands like all the time.
yeah,
Like
that's
that,
like my main listening.
and it's crazy because my tattoo artist Wes, he's in a hardcore band Death Threat in Connecticut. He's a guitarist, and
Okay.
he listens like more times than not. He'll listen to rap more than he like. Maybe it's kind of cool the dynamic. Like he listens to metal and hardcore, but like I think when you're out there playing it that style of time, it's good to like have something to like rap is his downswing. You know what I mean? Just how he relaxes. So it's kind of cool. Like with you, it's like you're actively out there rapping, but like your go-to is metal. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, that's very interesting. Yeah. I feel like a lot of those, like lyrically, I like the lyrical depth of like a lot of the bands I grew up listening to.
mhm.
But, you know, as far as flow goes and stuff like that, you know, I look up to a lot of rappers that are just underground, you know, like um around Connecticut, everyone knows Fury.
Yep.
He's like, he pretty much puts on most of the shows that I had gone to and performed at, you know, in the last couple years. And
Yeah.
and as far as like my influences though, there's a rapper named Sadistic. I really look up to him lyrically, and I always have, like, for over a decade now. Also Madrox from Twisted.
Yep.
His wordplay and his like flow and everything, I've always dug that. And honestly, it's like it's a dream collaboration, you know.
Who
Probably
knows?
won't
Maybe
happen.
maybe we can make this happen.
I don't know. It's a lot of money.
Maybe we can make him an offer he can't refuse. And we'll get you in the studio with Madrox.
Okay.
But no, like it's I love the underground scene because that's where they're hungry and they that's where they give it their all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I have to come and see you. I haven't seen one of your shows. I used to see you, like, you know, you would just be, you know, spitting bars like at the house or like when we were chilling or whatever. But I have to come see you live at some point.
Yeah, that would be dope.
Like, yo, how is it nerve-wracking, like, getting on stage? Because even just doing this and putting my face on the internet, it, like, I gotta lie, like, I was like shitting my pants the first time that I like posted anything.
Yeah, but think about it this way. You're so lucky because you get to edit it all after. You know,
I
when
don't,
you're
though.
on a stage, you don't?
Hell no, I just cut out the you know, the preamble conversation ahead, and at the end I don't like sending questions to people either. I'd rather just have a conversation with some dope people and just let it flow organically. But so they're gonna get, as retarded as I am, they're gonna get 100% me.
Well, I will say back in the day, I used to get really nervous because, like I said, like here were these rapper dudes, right? That like I knew as a teenager seeing them at shows, and I'd be like, oh my God, look, it's that dude that made that song. I really like that song. And you find yourself kind of like looking up to them, but you feel stupid. You don't want to say nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, I started like, you know, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna get out there. Like I wrote for so many years. I'm gonna finally record and do all that. And then when I came out and started rapping, you know, they're like everybody looking at me
Please.
like I'm their annoying little sister, basically. So yeah, I mean, it does get nerve-wracking, but now I just get really fucking excited. Like I took such a long hiatus. I took like an 8-year hiatus from performing for personal reasons. And I missed it so much. But then when I got back into it, I was so nervous. It made me like disgust. It reminded me of the first time I ever performed, which I got off stage and immediately vomited in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm just excited. I love getting on stage. I'm excited. I'm such a I'm like, all right, it's my turn, bitch. Like, get the fuck out.
I can imagine, like, that's got to be such like an adrenaline rush, like getting up there and like once you kind of hit your element, like you just like soak it all in. Because I was watching some of your live stuff, and it's like you fucking nail it when you're up there. Like you kill it. Like every time every video I've seen, you kill it. So like it's got to be such a wild like rush just being up there.
Yeah. Because when people get excited and they're like, oh, and you're just like, yeah. And then you like want to put the microphone to them sometimes, but nobody knows my lyrics yet. So
they will. So you like, you got any albums coming out? Because like when I first met you, you had stuff like already recorded. I think you had an album.
So I was working on something, but that name that I went by that I'm not going to mention. Is no longer. I will honor that name by using it either in an album or a song because it's where I came from, and you know what I mean. I have to, you know, give props to the people that helped me out initially when I first started. But I changed everything. It was kind of like I rebranded myself. So like just literally like 3 years ago, I changed my name and I deleted all the old music.
Dang.
And yeah, so it's like I'm starting from scratch, but I have a lot in the works. I don't have an album right now, but I'm working with people and things. I actually have I'm part of an artist collective called
Okay.
Earworm Entertainment, and we're like all really different from each other, but it fucking works. And now every now and then I get to drive 4 hours to pretty little Vermont and go record at my boy Canna CDK's little spot.
Yep. That's cool. That
So I will have an album at some point in the next maybe year and a half. I don't know.
like
But I have nothing else on that. I have no dates.
well
But I have a lot
we'll
of
make
writing.
sure that we follow it close so
Okay,
we can push you in every way we can. Like
thank you.
what was did you did you have an idea like at a young age like this is what you wanted? Like because
Um,
you were so like you said like earlier you said you were really big into like poetry and all that stuff, but did you have any idea that you would actually get that recognition? And because I mean you do have a name for yourself. I mean there's a lot of people that follow you.
yeah. Um, yeah, like people that frequent the shows, like especially because in the underground scene, there's a lot of juggalo activity, right? So people that follow like ICP Twisted, we all grew up listening to them. We banded together, and then some of us formed our own little things. I wouldn't consider myself a juggalo rapper because I don't talk about like hatchets and juggalos in my songs,
Right.
but because that was my lifestyle and those are the people that I grew and loved and still call my friends, we all know each other. So yeah, there is a little bit like those people know who I am, but yeah, at some point, I would like to have my name a little bit more out there because, no one knows who I am until they see me on a flyer.
Still like are you still I'm just curious, are you still doing the cosmetology stuff?
Not
Some
anymore.
uh because
So,
somebody
so
was
I,
joking with me.
I was,
They were like, oh, like if you interview Lovette, you should have her do your makeup for before the episode. And I was like, I don't know, I'm not
I
that
could have
kind of
done some corpse paint. Hello.
maybe I don't know. I have a lot of beard. It would look pretty bad with the beard.
Corpse paint is mostly eyes, like, right? Like just a bunch of black in the eyes.
I think my
But
wife
yeah,
was
I know,
hoping you
I'm
would make me
still,
look like RuPaul, but I don't think I'm that kind of
no.
girl.
No, I don't. I'm all set. But yeah, I'm still a cosmetologist by license, but I no longer work in that field because that's another company. It's like everything I do. It's like a big competition, and it's like you're trying to make money and
Yeah.
taking up all your nights and weekends. And I have a kid, and like I'm not trying to do that. Every now and then, yeah, for a show, it's fine. But it's like for every single week of your life to be like taken up working at some mall selling high-end products, hoping somebody spends $400 on a bottle of fragrance from you. Yeah, no, I just couldn't do it anymore. So,
Like I think we're on a better path now. Anyways, I was doing real estate for a while, and I just like I liked helping people, but I also hated it. Like because it was like a 24-hour a day job. Like people would call me and I would get all the creepy old men that would just they weren't looking to buy houses, they were just hitting me up in hopes that they can like become my sugar daddy. Yeah, that's a real thing. That's why my wife
wait,
wasn't allowed to solicit business for me. Like she would like tag me like, "Oh, this guy's looking for an apartment." Like, yeah, it was bad.
are you fucking with me right now?
No, I'm serious. Like
You're
what? Like
serious.
yeah, like well, yeah, I am a realtor, but yeah, the old men hitting me up trying to
I
like
the
yeah.
old men thing.
Oh hell
Really?
yeah, it's 100% real.
Oh man.
Like, I
You
don't.
just fucking blew my mind.
Yeah, there is a dark side of real estate. Like it isn't $1 million listing. There are creepy old men out there.
And I know some real estate chicks that are absolutely beautiful, and it just now makes me wonder.
Oh, dude, I bet. Like, I'm sure they get. I mean, women get harassed all the time. It's a little bit crazy when it's like a guy getting hit up like that. Like, and I said, like, I have no shame, and I told them that in my office. I was like, yeah, this guy, he looking for a lot more than houses. Like, he offered me like $600 to go out to dinner with him and like sleep over his house, and I was like, add a couple zeros, bud.
I'm absolutely shocked and baffled.
Um,
And
what
wow.
what's even going to be more is going to be more crazy is I'm going to post what I just said online. So, like everybody, yes, comment down below, like, and give me your take. If you're a guy in real estate, let me know if you've ever been hit up by scary old men.
Oh my God, Stoddard, that's crazy.
Yeah, I know, right?
Okay, so just like if you need to wind me back to a question, let me know because I feel like you ask me questions and then I start talking about something else because my
Don't worry, we're on the same wavelength. I'm like, this is just this is how it is. This is the structure of it. It's perfectly imperfect by having no structure.
structure zero structure.
Yeah, hell yeah. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. Like, I will give you the same gold star treatment that I give every person that I interview.
Thank you.
So besides, like, it'd be great. Like, I was excited to do this because I haven't talked to you in like too long.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So let me give context because I do owe you an apology after all these years. At one point I was dating this psychotic woman, and then I didn't take Lovette's advice, and then or my cousin, and then I was a stubborn bastard. So here we are, and I'm very sorry because
Yeah, I look out for my boys, like I have guy friends, and when I see them getting into a situation where I know they're about to get, because girls know what some girls do.
Yeah.
It's not all the guys out there being pigs. Sometimes the girls got to protect their guy friends.
Are we referring?
But you're all set now. You got wife. You got
Oh
wife.
yeah,
You're all
dude. Yeah, I mean, I love my wife. She
You're so lucky.
She keeps me safe. I'm building a lot of this platform. Is like I'm building this for her and my kids, and it also represents the people this is really about the people I interview because it's for them. Like, so me, like, if I get some recognition from this, great, and I'm already getting positive feedback, but I just wanted this this is my way of educating myself to the things in the world that I don't understand. You know what I mean? Or I don't know. But yeah, I feel like, yeah. So if your friend tells you that the girl you're dating is a psychopath, take the advice. Don't be a stubborn bastard like myself. Like, just hear what she's saying, because damn, it's like it's been too damn long. I missed you, man.
I missed hanging out with you guys too. It was always really fun. You remember when I busted my chin drunk on your table?
I don't know, because I was pretty drunk back then too.
I ate shit. And then at the Halloween party, I supposedly walked into your fire. I didn't even know I went outside.
I don't know. There was like over 100 people there, so I can't even remember. Like, those days were like the Wild West. There was a lot of crazy things that went on. Too many stories that just got out of control. I remember one time I was like hanging out with somebody. I drank way too much back then. Like, I was drinking way too much and getting way too out of control. But yeah, good times. Some of those things I'm glad I don't remember. Like,
No, it's fun.
but yeah, but you know what? Thinking back on it, we should have had you, like, we had some of those wild parties. You should have been doing shows at them. It probably would have. It would have. It really would have just kind of made like a whole new element.
Yeah, it would have.
Yeah, instead of it was like, us, me and somebody else would like just fucking somebody up or throwing pies at them and just getting out of just completely stupid and out of control. But
I still have pictures.
oh god,
I have pictures from the Halloween party.
I like
At least.
Yeah, like somebody sent me a picture of a luau, and I was like, I don't even know, like probably 20 drinks in, and I was wearing like a seashell bra and like I had like a bone staff like the one from ICP.
Yep.
Good times. But if that guy offered the right amount of money, I would have wore the seashell bra. and went out to dinner with him.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, there you go.
money talks.
Yep. As a mermaid.
Yeah, as a mermaid, a bearded mermaid.
A beautiful mermaid.
I know I'm disappointing some of my past guests right now, but it's okay. I promise I'm not as crazy as that's a lie. Like, but no, like so. Like what would you consider your new style of music? So we can get away from the statement about the seashell bra.
Okay.
Like what your old style? You were saying earlier, like you got away from horrorcore. Like what do you like? Like it's hard to think. Like is horrorcore like exclusively like ICPs? Because the vast majority of the horrorcore I've heard is pretty bad. Outside of that, psychopathic or you know what I mean.
ICP like. They're like kind of in the realm, but they're like obviously famous, right? Yeah. But they're very much a mixture. I mean, they have over 20 something albums. They've been around since freaking 1990. They have their own established thing, and it's very mixed up. But like, there is a whole horrorcore scene out there of really like, listen, people think that metal music is like, oh my God, so gruesome, brutal metal. No, listen, horrorcore rappers. Like, will give you the most insane lyrics if you know, they will give you the most gruesome lyrics ever. I don't care if you put them next to any metalhead, like, it's going to be the horrorcore rapper that scares the shit out of you. Yeah. But
because it's easier to understand.
It's not just like an ICP thing. No, there's like, for instance, one of my favorite horrorcore labels is LSP, Lyrical Snuff Productions. They have such talent on their fucking label. And their following is vast. You know, like the horrorcore scene, people think that it's like, oh, little and like look at these rappers talking about killing people. No, they have a huge following. And that's, you know, when I started recording, I was involved with one named Vect from Wicked Intent Records, and he introduced me to a lot of these people. And they're all really dope people, but there's like definitely ICP is not, it's like that just doesn't even grace the surface of like
I remember
horrorcore, wicked shit. Like, you know, that's what they call themselves. That's what they call what they do. But like the horrorcore scene is crazy. Like some of them people, you stop and look at them and you're like, you would really do this. Like you would really do this.
Like outside of like psychopathic, like I never really ventured too far in. So I guess it would be rather limited to like what I did listen to as far as horrorcore goes. Every now and then I'd hear something, but you know, a lot of them it would be like the stuff that like psychopathic, like Twisted would post like up on Fat or Whack, and like a lot of it was just I give them respect for putting themselves out there like that, but it was rough. It was like it was bad.
No, it's like I said, it's mixed up. So there's a lot of talent, but there's also a lot of like
like cliche. Like they try to copy
them.
Yeah. Like they.
Yeah, no, and I'm not. You know, I think it's great when somebody puts themselves out there and stuff like that. But like sometimes they go for like, I need to sound so hard and rough, and all the lyrical wordplay goes out the window. No focus on flow, no focus on writing.
Yeah.
But then every now and then you get like these gems, like I said, like namely the people from LSP. Like I like admire and definitely listen to their music still because they actually have like really good rappers on their label.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to like metal bands, like when it comes to that, like the gruesome style, like obviously Cannibal Corpse is like the first one that everybody thinks of, and they've gotten a lot more mainstream in the last like probably like 10 years. But I like them so much better with George as their singer because like Chris Barnes, he did so many bands like 6 Feet Under, he did Torture Kill. It was all the same stuff. But like I don't know, like Cannibal Corpse I feel like is the one that gets it right. Like,
Yeah.
they have like, they kill at every. I got to meet George, and I talked to him for maybe, I don't know, like an hour when a couple years ago they did a show at Toad's Place, and I got to see him. And the dude's like the chillest person on the planet, but like the complete savage, like on the stage, like a complete savage.
That's how it goes.
Like, what metal bands are you listening to right now? Anybody like new? Because I'm like drowning here. Like, I haven't heard anybody new in a while.
I'm gonna be honest. So like, I'm old, or
We're not old. Just for the record, we're not old.
Okay, new bands. I like Slaughter to Prevail. They're pretty new, right?
Oh yeah, bro. Like, I've been listening. I just got into them recently. Like,
I saw them live. Oh my God. Listen.
that guy's vocals is like inhuman.
Yeah.
Like,
and they performed during the day, and it was still like, what the fuck?
Right. Like, I came across him. He did like a song for that game Doom, and I just fell in love with him. I was like, holy shit. Like, I saw the thing when he I think it's I saw him biking, and they hold the microphone way away, and the guy can just like I don't even think he's human. Like, to roar like that, like there's something demonic about that man. Like, to get those notes, like there's
like, what is he circling around doing before he gets on stage? I want to know. With the fucking mask, those masks are so sick.
Oh hell yeah!
I want one.
Oh my God, like that band is wild. Like, and I just, but it sucks because like, remember when like we used to be able to go to like FYE and you can just like sample and like listen to the music, and I would go there for hours, me and a friend of mine, and I would just, you walk out there. There was bands. I found so many good bands doing that. There was this band called it's a death metal band called November's Doom. That, oh my God, and again, one of those bands that just like you hear it and it, when you can like your spirit, like your soul moves when you listen to them.
Yeah.
Those are the bands that I need.
Yeah. There's this band that I just recently found in the last like few weeks called Face Yourself. Mm-hmm. And it's this chick. And she, and what's dope about her band, feminine singer, and she's sick. She's sick. Like, she reminds me of like the vocals of Cyclone 9. I don't know if you ever got into like dark wave music.
Maybe. Like, I was listening, maybe, I don't know if I got that far in, because I was listening to like industrial when I was younger.
The industrial music, yes. So you remember Cyclone 9, like Aganoids?
I have to check them out.
Like, what? Yeah, you do. Cyclone 9. Oh my God, like it's old as fuck.
Yeah.
But like I love that. But she reminds me of that group, like with her vocals. But then her band is so fucking sick, and they have like these dope synths in the background. I love when people mesh metal with other things. Like, that's honestly my biggest musical goal, is to be able to rap with a band, like not just a band sitting there to my lyrics. Like, I want, like, you saw what I did? I don't even know how to play the guitar.
You're like strumming the guitar. You're already into it.
I'm just strumming a guitar.
You're already halfway there.
No, I want to, like, because I grew up on like hardcore music, like metalcore, fucking emo, screamo music. Like, that's what I grew up on, and I want to mesh. I want to do that. I know it's been done, but I'm gonna do it better, basically.
Like, just hit it. Just do it. You got it. Like,
yeah.
I love. You know what? Like, I'm very seasonal about what metal I listen to. Like, winter, it's like exclusively black metal. So, like, I've been listening to like Satyricon, Dimmu Borgir, like all my like the
Dimmu Borgir. They're like,
yeah. You remember my fucking CD book? The thing was like, it weighed like 20 pounds. Like,
I know.
And I
They're
still
so.
Oh, I used to hate it. Like, I love and hate that book because I had to keep everything in alphabetical and chronological order. So it was fine if you got like a W, like, or like when I was getting stuff from Vader. But when you got like a band that started with A, and then everything in the book, I would have to sit there for hours moving it all. It was terrible. But Dimmu Borgir, hell yeah, like, I love that band.
Yeah, I haven't listened to them in a really long time.
Oh,
like,
I don't even know if they're doing anything anymore.
Time. They like I used to listen to them when I was listening to like Amon Amarth and stuff.
Dude, forget it. Like
Or
Amon Amarth, like
Pink
they're
Floyd.
still Amon Amarth is still they got good shit coming out. Like I still
Yeah.
like them. Yeah, like in the only band I listen to all year round is Iron Maiden. That's like that's when I need to feel better, and like it's your like getting up band. Like how can you not listen to Maiden and not be in a good mood?
It's true. But I like a lot of the bands that I listen to, like my daily listening, like you would think I'm so corny because I listen to old music like as if it just came out. So I'm stuck like in the 2000s. Like I still listen to Chimera and like I know that they're like reuniting or whatever, but like I've been listening to them forever and like Bleeding Through,
Oh my god,
like
I forgot about them.
old bands like that, like El Nino.
You know what was crazy?
I grew up.
Me and my wife went somewhere. We were going to the store maybe like 2 weeks ago, and she was listening to Kitty, and like I forgot about that band. I was like, bro, like what the fuck, like.
That band is like my heart and soul. Okay, I was listening to them when I was like 12 years old, and I was amazed. And I finally got to see them perform as a fucking adult, and I almost cried tears. Okay, like real, like not like I just put like a little emotional tear. No, like I almost like got emotional because they looked still like amazing and they sounded so dope. And I just remembered like listening to those songs when I was a preteen, listening to Kitty, and I stayed listening to Kitty, and like all their new music is still dope as fuck. Kitty is still dope as fuck. I don't care. There are so many talented chick metal whatever out there, but Kitty, like they're like no one can touch them. They're the best.
As far as female in metal, Angela Gosgow from Arch Enemy. I forgot her name, the other chick's name off the top of my head. From Nightwish. They like.
It used to be Tarja. I don't know who the new chick.
It used to be Tarja. You're right, and then I don't know who's doing it now, but I know even with Arch Enemy, it's somebody. It's not Angela, and the woman still knows how to sing. She's amazing, but like I remember when I first heard Arch Enemy, it was that song Nemesis when that came out, and like I didn't believe that was a woman, like until I saw them live. And I was just like blown away. I was like, "Oh my god, this chick can roar better than some guys."
I mean, speaking of, there's actually a really dope rapper / singer chick. If you want to talk about chicks with like dope, like crazy screaming and like, there's this girl Zhani, Zheani. She's from fucking Australia, and this bitch. I first heard this song called what is it called? Skinwalker. Yo, I think you would like her. She's like very mixed up too. Like you have to. You're gonna listen. She's impressive. That's all I gotta say. Like it takes a lot for me to be impressed by like because I listen to metal for so much that it's like some of it all starts to sound like all right. Like, I've heard like, that kind of stuff before.
I don't know. Maybe you can relate. When it comes to metal, I can get a little snobby. Like I've listened. I've lived a long road. I'm not old, but I've lived a long road, and I've listened to so much shit. So, like, you really gotta like move me. Like it really has to. Like there's that band. I got into them. They're called the Who. Like HU. They're a Mongolian. Oh, yeah. I saw they opened up for Maiden when I saw them in November. And I liked them. I heard Wolf Totem and stuff like that. But like seeing them live, I was like, damn, this band is fucking magical. Like they have like all these like medieval type instruments, like the percussion drums, and they're just they can nail it live. That's if you can replicate your shit live and make it sound better than the album, you've already won. Just take my fucking money at this point.
It's true. Like when it comes to rappers. One thing, like, and this is a mixed feeling kind of thing. Like you said, when it comes to sounding just as good live as you do on a record, when you see a rapper on stage and they're literally lip syncing their whole song with all the lyrics in it, that's when people start getting snobby too. Like, just like you mentioned, it's a big
I
rapper
can see
thing.
that. Like, and even with like rap, hip hop, all that kind of stuff, like, I could definitely get snobby with that, because to me, like, my go-tos, like, I'll always throw on 36 Chambers from Wu-Tang's my go-to. NWA, Ice Cube,
Okay.
like, it just, those are like, I would listen to, like, don't get me wrong, I love Tupac and Biggie, but give me Wu-Tang or just Ice Cube or NWA over them any day. I'll probably get killed in the comment section for that statement. I probably will. It's okay. It's my opinion. but it's great. But you know what's cool though? Now that you're a mother, like, I got kids. I love, like, my oldest, he's getting into music more, so I get to introduce him to the shit that we grew up with. Like, and it's and getting to,
I love
it's
it.
so great.
Yeah.
Like, he's really big. He kind of goes back and forth between metal and rap, which is, I like that he's diverse. Like, I mean, for Christ's sake, I'm not just limited to that though. Like, like, a lot lately, I listen to a lot of like 70s, like, kind of and 80s music. Like, I was listening to Kool and the Gang all week.
Yeah.
George Benson, the Temptations. Like, I'll listen to all that shit. Nat King Cole. I'll go as far back. The Pointer Sisters. Don't judge me. Like, they're the best.
Nice.
Like,
I was listening to the Crystals the other day, and then he kissed me.
Oh, I don't even know. I'm sure I've heard it, but, like, listen,
Old shit.
Like, anybody that listens to me, you have to, like, experience all of it. The only thing I can't vibe with, I don't do, like, modern country. Like, I'll listen to, like, Johnny Cash.
Say that.
Like, I'll listen to, like, Johnny Cash and, like, the old shit, like Elvis, like, before he got, like, really, like, into the love song ballads, like, but
Yeah.
I'll listen to that old shit, but I ain't fucking with none of this, this twang, and, like, they're talking about, like, crushing a Bud Light on their fucking balls. I'm just not interested.
Hold on. Pause. I gotta say something.
Hold up. All right.
I like country. Like, I like country music. I like the country songs that are about drinking and getting fucked up, or I like the love songs, because I'm a sap.
It's
I
okay.
do. I country music. Oh, and then the sassy songs that are the chicks make. Country chicks are crazy. Listen, I could get down with them. Like, I like that. Lyrically, because some of those country songs are so sassy.
Bro, like, I
don't know. I feel like
I
a
got
country
dragged
bitch
to a
could fuck
country
somebody up.
concert once, and I honestly thought I was at Ozfest. It was so wild. Like, there was
Really?
more ruckus at whatever. I think it was like Keith Urban. I don't even know. It's not really my thing, but somebody I knew had an extra ticket, so I went. And yeah, it was wild. Like, the experience with the people there, it was crazy. I hated the band, but, like, the crowd, they were definitely mad fun, and they were fucking wild. Like, it was like going to, like, Mayhem, or, like, you're probably old enough to remember Jaegerfest. Like,
I never went, but
oh my god, I got to go one time. It was, like, right after I turned 21. It was still Jaegerfest, but it became it was called the Unholy Alliance tour. It had Slayer was on it. Thine Eyes Bleed, Children of Bodom. There was some. I forget. There were some other bands. I think Chimera might have been on it. Skindred was there.
you just reminded me. Earlier, I was watching a live video from Hellfest.
Oh my god, Hellfest. I think that's the one in France. France, I think. Or I think
I
it
was watching
migrates, but
old videos, and I was like, damn, man, like, you know what sucks is, like, I was so, and I'm mad at myself because I was so involved in the whole, like, Juggalo world. And you figure back then, ICP had so many people on their label, and then they so many off groups. So it was like ICP, Twisted, Blaze, ABK, and then they had groups, and then there was like Dark Lotus and Juggalo Riders and this and that. So you were constantly going to a show, and then the gathering was at the end of the year.
yeah.
So I was constantly doing that, and because I was so focused on that. I'm gonna be real with you. I didn't go to see the bands that I grew up actually listening to on a daily basis, and I regret that dearly because now it's like, yeah, I get to see them at like the metal fest I go to and stuff, but it's like it's sad because I didn't get to see them like as a teenager when I was just getting to know them. You know what I mean? Like that would have been so dope. I'm mad at myself. I really am. I
My
regret that almost on a daily basis.
I regret the like, and it's same. It's kind of been reversed. Like I got to see so many bands, and I got to see psychopathic shows. Um, but
Yeah.
when it was offered for me to go to the gathering, I just decided like I was at that point. I was like training to go into the Marines, and I just that I just didn't want to spend the money, and and go out there, and like I didn't know how I would do at a festival, like for long term. Like I know how I would feel leaving Mayhem and Ozfest at the end of the day. Like I don't know about like I don't do well in the heat like for a sustained period of time. Then I start getting bitchy and like bad shit happens. Like so like 3-4 days in that blister and heat. I would listen to you guys tell the stories like of what went on, and it was like it sounded wild and it was fun, but it was like
Yeah.
I no like I
Well,
just
that's because back then the gathering was in the middle of fucking Illinois next to the Ohio River, just like I loved Cave and Rock, but once you were in there, you were there. Like
yeah
that was it. Like you don't go nowhere. You're
yeah
stuck there. You got to walk up, just to get a shower, the two fucking hills, especially where we camped.
yeah
But
no
now it's like the gathering is in this place in Ohio, and it's a lot more like there's a fucking store right across the street. Like it's nothing like
like you just
crazy. You could probably do it now. And there's a hotel, Cherry Valley Hotel. I stayed there twice. It's very beautiful and comfortable. And they have a big tub. You could have a bubble bath with your wife. Go there, go to the gathering, then have a bubble bath at the end of the night. There you go. I
it,
just gave you a great
I'll have to
date
surprise
idea. When's
her.
your anniversary?
Her June 10th, which is also her birthday. I was her birthday gift.
That is so precious.
Like though the first time I met her, it was like 2 weeks. I was dating that crazy chick at the time. It was 2 weeks after Andy died, and this guy that was obsessed with me, like he thought we were friends. He drove. Remember, I don't know if you remember him. He kind of he was definitely handicapped in some kind of way. He had a Volkswagen Beetle with black flames, and like he showed up in my house with her. Justin was his name. Like everybody called him Fire Beetle. He was a real fucking weirdo. Like, and this was literally my first interaction with her. He shows up and he was just like, "Oh, I wanted to introduce my fiance to my best friend," and I was just like, "I don't know where he's getting this information from that we were that close." And he was like, "I wanted your blessing for us to get married," and I was like, "You're fucking stupid, bro. Like, what, you just met this chick?" And like she's smiling. I was like, "The fuck are you smiling at?" Like it's like, yeah, I was such an asshole to her. Oh yeah, like she'll tell you, like I was such a dick when I first met her, and it's crazy that I'm married to her now. Like
That, yeah.
we're not officially married, but it's like common law. I've been with her since 2012, so
Oh, I just call her your wife. I just
so do
thought
I.
you guys.
Like it's easier that way. She's my wife at this point. Once you have a joint bank account, like like you're married, you're in. Like it's done.
I haven't even met her yet.
I know. Well, I think you might have.
No.
Well, we'll have to change that because you would love her. She's she's redhead. She's tattooed. She's gorgeous. She's autistic
Oh,
like myself.
go
Like I mean,
on.
she
Go on.
um she's she's challenged like I am, but I mean she's fun though. She's all about like farming. She got like convinced me to get chickens and all this stuff, and that like I just told her I don't want any more mouths to feed, and we don't want any of that. But they worked out.
You guys playing eggs over there.
Hell yeah, I'm like damn near we're a fucking farmer now. We're farmers, and you know now like a friend of mine he's really big into like nutrition. And I always show a nod to this guy, Anthony Arlotta. Like, he's an amazing person. But so now I'm like, we're planning when it gets warmer, we're going to grow out a lot of these vegetables and stuff like that. And like, you know, he's really made me like, just some of the stuff he posts or just talking to him about nutrition and whatnot. Like, it made me really like, now I give a shit about my body. Like, and I would like to like start eating healthy rather than, even though I just crushed like a massive plate of Chinese food before we got on this. But, you know, started, you know, we'll take care of it. So we can hook you up with eggs and vegetables pretty soon.
Cool. That's dope.
Yeah, I live a weird life now. It weirder than I did before, but it's definitely gotten stranger. As we stare.
It sounds like in a good way.
Oh yeah, like as I was gonna say, as we awkwardly stare at each other, like it's like wow.
Like I said, I've lived like 7 different lives since the last time I saw you. So trust me, I'm not judging. I'm not judging at all.
No, I mean, it was really important to me that I reconnected with you. You know, because it was so long. And you know, you meant a lot to me years ago. Like, you were always a good friend of mine. Like,
likewise.
And we got like always got mad stupid. You know, yeah. Like when we all used to do the gardening parties in my room with Plants vs. Zombies. That was a very I remember. I'll never forget when Ian comes in, and then it was like me, you, Bill, and there was a couple. I think it might have been 2 other people all playing Plants vs. Zombies, and you're like, what the fuck is going on in here? Like, it was just an awkward thing, and like everybody just like angrily stared at the door, like, how dare you interrupt this?
Just like, look.
Don't you dare judge our flower and garden festival.
I actually I play a gardening game like an old lady. I play a gardening game on my phone for my anxiety.
You know what? I used to play so many games, and now I'm clean. I haven't touched Warcraft in like 5 years or 4 years.
Are you serious?
I kicked it. I won. I know, right? It's crazy. But now it's like I'm just mad. Like, I'm mad, old, and boring. Like, well, not anymore. Like, I feel like my life is getting pretty wild and exciting. But I've met so many cool people since I started doing this. And but like, yeah, my downtime is I play solitaire on my phone. That's how bad that's the extent of my gaming these days. Solitaire.
It's interesting to hear you say that, knowing where you came from.
I would say so, yeah. Like, and Spider Solitaire, to be exact. You gotta.
Spider Solitaire is the best.
You gotta raise the stakes. You got to raise it up. I was able to beat 3 suit finally, like maybe 2 weeks ago. I was so proud of myself. And then I realized how underwhelming of a statement it is with everything. I was so excited. I went and told my wife. I was like, "Yo, I fucking did 3 suit and Spider Solitaire," and she just stared at me like, "Okay." Like, I said, I must have came at her like I just cured cancer. That's how excited I was. Like,
I feel like, you know, I need to get you into some of the music that's out there, because there's so many more people you could be interviewing that are doing way more than I am, you know?
Still, like, you know what? Because this is the thing. It's I want to, especially, you know, it's one thing talking to there's a lot. It's a different type of value. Like, when you talk to some of the people I have, but with the one thing that I want to support first and foremost are local stuff, people in our area, because not a lot of people understand or recognize Connecticut in the way it should. Like, we got a lot of talented people out here. There's a lot of people that have done amazing things, and I feel like we're shadowed by Boston and New York.
I know, but we got Hatebreed, so
We do have Hatebreed, but
yeah.
like, see, they were another one of my gateway bands. Like when I was younger, I remember seeing them like before they blew up. They were like one of my first shows I ever saw. When I was I don't even know how I was young, but like but it's crazy. Like my tattoo artist Wes. Like if you look up hardcore bands like in Connecticut, the top 3 come up. It's Hatebreed, Wes's band Death Threat, and 100 Demons. Those are like
Death Threat.
Yeah, it's sick. Like Death Threat is like, it's crazy because it's almost like if you took like old school punk and then mixed it with hardcore. Like it has its own
really?
sound. Like yeah, like I've never been like super dialed in on the hardcore scene. So, but like,
I was from the shit.
oh yeah, dude, his oh god, his band is sick. Like
Hold
like,
on, I'm gonna write this down.
Okay.
Okay, give me a good song. Give me a good song by Death Threat.
I think what's the name? Dead at Birth. I think was one of them.
Damn, you see what I'm saying? This is crazy. Okay, I'm not gonna write that. I'm gonna abbreviate it.
Yeah, go for it. Whatever works.
Okay.
And oh yeah, they're sick. Like and that's. I don't know.
So what does he do in the band? What is he, a singer?
He's a guitarist. He does. I think there's some songs he does vocals. Like I like got into them recently. Like since he started tattooing me like a couple years ago.
Started tattooing you, so you got like a bunch of tattoos now?
Oh yeah, I got 2 full sleeves, my back, my chest, like yeah.
Show me a little something on the arm. Show me a little something from this web.
Hold on, I got my background blurred. So I got this is my Haunted Mansion theme sleeve. Damn blurring.
It is so dark.
Yeah, I'll show you afterwards, but yeah, I got the Haunted Mansion. There's a girl over here. She's on a tightrope, and there's a crocodile underneath her. Fucking camera. But yeah, and I got a Japanese sleeve on this arm. Again, it's blurring it out. Like the demon mask, like the honey mask.
Does he do like good line work, like thin lines and nice shading?
Oh, dude, Wes is the best. He should see my
Wes is the best.
Wes is the best.
Sorry.
You go to Burning Hearts Tattoo because Wes is the motherfucking best.
Ooh.
Yeah, you gotta get excited about it. We're gonna be doing when gotta work things out. I was supposed to interview him a while back, and then just equipment got sideways and life and But yeah, like I'm gonna interview him soon, and we're gonna do it with him. I'm gonna do a giveaway for like $200 gift card. So people hearing it now. So you subscribe to this shit. Comment down below about your favorite musicians, rappers, whatever. We're gonna start this shit. We're gonna start it now with you. We're gonna do a giveaway for a $200 tattoo. You gotta kick in the rest. Don't forget to tip your artist though.
Can I try to get in there?
Hell,
I don't
yes,
have
you
any
can.
tattoos yet.
Anybody I've interviewed, John, Anthony, Jay, Lovette, everybody, you all have a chance to win a $200 tattoo on courtesy of Roll the Bones.
Saturn.
You got it.
Saturn. Everyone looks at me and assumes that I have like a bunch. I have no tattoos yet. Not one. I have none.
That's what?
I know. It didn't.
Is it like, to me, like going to Wes's shop? That's like that's my day at the spot, dude. Like in a fucking weird way, because I mean, like I love. It's not even. I love the final result of getting tattooed. I hate getting tattooed. It hurts. Like it sucks.
Well, I'm excited for it, and I was thinking if I end up going to incarceration this year, I was like, do I save my first tattoo going to incarceration, or do I get it done, not at a music festival? But it just would be really interesting.
I would not do it at a festival, but just because it's like you want to make sure it's clean, you want to have the capability of keeping it like, you don't want anything happening to it. But Wes is great. I know he was ranked #1 in the state for script pieces, for like lettering and all that stuff. He and it's such like a nice area. It's such a chill area. It's in Hamden, and yeah, like it. Here, hold on. Let me put my Burning Hearts hat on. So we got my endorsement for him. Why did the camera blur me out, son of a bitch? Yeah, Burning Hearts tattoo, in Hamden, right on
Burning
Whitney Ave.
Hearts. I'm writing it down.
I'll send you the link. I'll send you the guy. I'll send you his Instagram direct. Wes is the best. Like
Wes is the best.
Every person that hears this, Wes is the best. That's it.
I know this is gonna be unbecoming, but I need to grab my charger.
That's okay.
I'm grabbing my charger and I'm going outside for a bogey.
Damn, like I haven't heard anybody refer to it in that manner, like a bogey. And like now, like now you're dating us, bro. Like now you're making us old.
I know, but listen, you want to hear what's crazier? It was at your house when I was trying to get certain other people to quit smoking. Remember, I was the non-smoker, and I would grab people's cigarettes and make them tell me, oh, why shouldn't I be smoking it? Why shouldn't I be smoking it? Well, I was about 22, 23 when I would hang out with you. Oh my God. I got to stop dating us like this. Yeah. Then when I turned 27, I ended up starting to smoke cigarettes. I quit here and there in between, but I don't smoke that much. But like right now, I am.
See, you know what? The thing that sucks is like, well, back then, people used to give me that shit all the time, and I used to hit them with the same smart-ass comment. I would take my pack, and I would say, oh, this only affects pregnant women. Looks like I'm fine. And like, and then it would, usually they just walk away. Like, leave me alone. So.
That's, I don't know if you remember that, but I was the non-smoker of the group all the time.
Now that you say that, yeah. But like, I remember, it's crazy because then you'd say, like, there'd be 20 people around. Like, there was at least like 20 people around at all times, all smoking.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, so it's kind of our fault because it was years of you just breathing in all that extra smoke. So yeah, it makes sense. You were smoking the whole time. If you were hanging out in that crowd, you were smoking.
Yeah.
You were smoking. You were smoking at least 3 packs in that like time you were there. So that means that we were all smoking 16 packs just from the shit we were doing direct and everybody else's.
You're doing the math. You're doing it.
Yeah, it's them Jewish accountants in my head, and they just calculate the whole thing out. I have like a fleet of like, that's what I refer to them, like Jewish accountants. So when I can't have to calculate something, I let them get to work, and then they already know, they give me the proper response. But yeah, like, dude, I love the gateway bands. Like I love doubling back. Like it's crazy. Like the last, like in like the fall, I was listening to a lot of Static X. I was listening to a lot of Slipknot. I was listening to Mushroom Head.
Slipknot is my old heart and soul as well.
Slipknot?
Yeah.
Dude, Slipknot, they still got it, bro. They still got it.
They still do. I hate when people talk shit about Slipknot. They're like, oh, they're not that hard. It's like something doesn't need to be the hardest in the world just to be good. Yeah. You know what I mean?
They did with Slipknot, like every album that's come out since Volume 3 after Iowa, everybody shits on it. Like I love Volume 3.
I don't think there's a song by Slipknot I don't like, new or old. It's fucking Slipknot. Like they're lyrically amazing, musically amazing.
Like their newest album, like was amazing. The Dying song was incredible. Like everything on that album was wild. All Hope Is Gone is what got me back into them because I stopped. It was one of those things you just drift apart from bands, and then it's nice like reconnecting with an old friend, like, and you start dusting them off. Like they like Mudvayne. I love their albums. They're terrible live though. Yeah, I never got to see Mudvayne live. Oh, they don't even waste your money. Like they were bad live.
Okay.
They were. I saw them once, and they did Dig, and it was like Dig's a fast-paced song, and they just don't replicate. There was a couple songs they did good, like Not Fallen, Happy. Like they did a couple good songs. But like another band I've been listening to a lot, Korn. I've been listening to Freak on a Leash, Issues. Like I've been listening to all that old shit. Like.
I got that dope ass hoodie that they did with Adidas.
Sick. They're one of those bands like like I fell away from them for a while too. If you didn't catch
I'll
that, was a
never.
nod to falling away from me, or falling away.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
it was,
Okay. No, I love all those old bands. Like I said, like all that era, like all the bands I listened to when I was a teenager, I still listen to now, like on a daily basis. I put on YouTube because I'm not hip. I don't use Spotify.
me neither. It's okay.
But I just put it on like a random playlist and I just let it go. And I'm like, oh, old times. I listen to a lot of old emo music. I still listen to Finch like it came out yesterday.
um, like one band though, like it was one of my gateway bands back then was Rammstein, and for me, I just can't get back into them like I used to.
They're not like, I mean, they had that good song, the Duha song,
Yeah,
and I didn't really, they didn't do it for me.
yeah, like I tried firing them up, and they didn't hit the same as it used to. But some of the other ones, remember Dope?
Yeah,
Yo,
I do.
they were so good. There was one time, my friend Beans, he probably remembers. Like
I do.
we went up. You definitely met Beans.
Yeah.
But we went up to Webster Theater. It was Dope and Mushroom Head where the band's playing, and we got there kind of early, so we went and had lunch. And there was a guy that had like a crew pass on. I just assumed he worked for him, like it was like like hustling shirts or something. So he's shooting the shit with us for a few minutes. He ends up like eating the rest of Beans' chicken nuggets he didn't want. It turned out like at the end of the show when we were leaving, they had all the makeup on and stuff, but we were getting the poster signed, and the guy like saw Beans and was like, "Yo, I remember you guys." He's like, "Thanks for hooking me up with those chicken nuggets." It was one of the singers of Mushroom Head. It was crazy. Like
I love Mushroom Head.
oh, they were so good.
Take the sword, love you like a matador. I love that song.
Freaking but like you had mentioned Chimera. Like, oh my god, I saw them
God.
twice. They opened up for Death Clock at one of the shows. And I saw them with Children of Bodom and God Forbid, and like let me tell you, when that song, when the drums and Pure Hatred starts, like that room, something changes in the air.
I would love to see Chimera live, and I know that they performed, I think it was Incarceration last year.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get to go. I really wanted to see them.
Would you ever like do perform at like the Gathering for yourself? Like, you know how they have like the indie stages? Would you ever get up there? Because that'd be a
I
good
did
crowd
that.
for you. How'd it go?
I did that back in the day. I performed at one of the Peep This stages.
Yeah.
And it was pretty dope. Like the first night I did it, I didn't really get, it was by the bathrooms or something.
Yeah.
No one really saw. But in front of what was called the Spasmatic Hangout, I performed there. And I had a bunch of people that were like, "Oh, you're that chick. You're that chick that was on stage." And I was like, yeah. And I was handing out my little flyers, handing it out.
Sick.
It was dope. But that was back in the old name days. Nobody remembers that, you know? It's not like I have like recordings, but I have pictures of me on stage there. The little stage, the little Peep the stage that you sign yourself up.
Though like club shows is where that's like the real crowd. That's where you're gonna find they're gonna be straight up. They don't like you, they'll let you know. Like in the small clubs. You know what I mean? But like everybody, I've seen all the people in the crowd, like they vibing, like they're definitely enjoying it when you're up there, you know? Always seems like the crowd's got a good energy.
Yeah, I mean, at the Gathering, you just gotta hope you don't suck enough to where people start throwing shit at you.
Yeah, like that, but that's that temperament. That's like any crowd. I watched at Ozfest 05, I watched Will Smith's wife get fucking rocked and bottled off the stage.
I remember watching Tilla Tequila get right front and center, getting her fucking shit rocked.
Yo,
like,
I remember, like, because y'all were there when that happened, weren't you?
Yeah, right there, front and center.
Because I remember seeing the videos, like, while y'all were down there, like, it was coming up on the news that she got tore up.
Yeah,
like,
but they made it sound so much worse than it was. You know?
I think she made it sound worse than it was. Like, she probably hit, like, you know, because she like left that place in tears. Like, but I mean, to be fair, if I got beamed with shit, I'd be pretty pissed off.
I remember I was pissed because it was ladies' night and Lil Kim was supposed to perform, and because that shit happened, Violent J's ex had to go on stage and call off the ladies' night, so we didn't get to see Lil Kim.
Damn, that sucks. She'd be cool to see
Yeah.
live. You know, outside of Psychopathic, I've never been to any like rapper hip hop show.
Well, listen, I mean, like I said, Connecticut has really good, interesting rappers around. Like I have a show coming up on the 22nd at this little place in Torrington, this little bar, and it's really interesting. Like and there's like a good mix. It's like there'll be like singers and rappers, Connecticut has good singers.
So, all right, I think so. You have a show this month, on like next week.
Yeah.
All right, this is perfect timing because this is like this is gonna drop. Well, it's gonna be Wednesday of next week. This is gonna be on. Like, and then so it's perfect timing. So I will make sure that we're gonna link all your stuff, your professional pages. We'll link to your music. Damn, we got to get together soon. It's been too damn long.
Yeah.
Like,
what are you doing this weekend?
This weekend, nothing. So if you want to come down and chill and meet my wife, come out. Or we can we'll go get grab a drink or something.
Yeah, my guy's gonna be in town, so
awesome.
I'd
love
hang
to
out together.
Yeah, I'd love to meet.
Yeah, it's actually he's really dope, but he's a guitarist, and he was in a dope ass metal band.
Which band was he in?
He was in a band. It was a local band called Welcome the Tide. And I was like, all right, because like I've seen local bands before, and you're like, oh, that's cool. They were actually really good. Like I could hear them on a label. You know what I mean? Like lyrically good and everything, all around.
This is like, so I'm gonna take us out, but I'm gonna link. So you have a show. What's the name of the venue? The show up in or Torrington. So that way we know we'll make sure we get that up there, and I'll get that up there earlier than this interview so people can see it.
Yeah.
What's the name of the venue?
Little Pig.
It's
not. It's a little bar.
That's okay.
It's called the Little Pig. Yeah. Oh, also, I had mentioned Fury earlier. I know that it's not about me, but like I would like for everyone, because he was there for me at a weird time in my life in November, and we were literally drunk like every night, commiserating with each other. And he made this EP called Bender in November, and I think everyone should go listen to it.
We'll make sure we link it. We'll link it up for him.
Yeah.
And maybe we can get Fury on this. I'll educate myself and research him, and we'll get him on here. Yeah,
Fury is a very interesting person.
So we have the giveaway we're talking about. I'm starting it now. We're gonna start talking about it. For $200 giveaway to Burning Hearts Tattoo, Hamden, Connecticut. Wes is the best. Remember that. If you're gonna have anybody put ink in that skin, you go to West Fortier. Like there is not or my wife, Red's Tattoo. She's also a tattoo artist. So
your wife is a fucking tattoo artist?
Yeah, she's a tattoo apprentice. She's not an artist yet, but she's good. She's good.
Okay.
She hasn't tattooed me yet. I'm gonna let her do my kids' names at some point. But we're gonna link all of Lovette's. We're gonna find her. I'm gonna put her music up there. We're gonna put up your show. We're gonna put up how people can find you. Listen to Lovette's music. It's fucking. It's the real deal. Like it's not some bullshit. Yeah, see, she's giving you the evil eye. You have to. You have to listen. We're watching you.
Or else.
Yeah, we're gonna make an offer, and you're gonna hit that subscribe button and the like and share this motherfucker, and we are gonna have a blast. We got great shit coming up. We're gonna get Lovette back here again soon. We're gonna have you because we're gonna start doing like a thing where we're gonna have like people from like opposing worlds like sit and conversate with each other. Like I would love to, especially you're so savvy with metal. I'd love to have you come back and sit with like Wes. We'll get Wes on here. I'm sure I got to interview him first, but I would love for you to sit and just shoot the shit with him. He's such a chill dude. He's an awesome guy. But keep your eyes out. We got interviews. We got more, we got more mob content coming. We got more law enforcement stuff. We even got a serial killer in the works. So, but this has been a wild ride. I'm so glad I got to do this with you.
Likewise.
It's like, yeah, we got to get together soon. And I don't want to wait another 14 years or however long.
It's been
too fucking long. And I've had I know I'm a little bit animated. I've had a lot of coffee. We learned about my seashell bra. I've been solicited by old men. We've recommended awesome bands. If you haven't listened to, you need to go and listen to them and enjoy yourself. It's a great experience. Roll the Bones, season 25 with Lovette Cividanes, CosmoSprite. And the path in life is completely undetermined, so it's whatever you choose to make. And like I say, please go out, be kind to other people, help each other. And if anybody happens to be struggling with addiction or any other or suffered a loss, check out the Black Poster Project that Johnny A. Light turned us on to, and Woke at Crossroads. They can help. Just hit me up, DM me directly. We'll help you get straightened out. So with that being said, thank you so much for being here with me, love.
Anytime.
And we're out.